Straight out the boot room to Wembley, our second home. We come to conquer, no, we never walk alone. We dominate, the cream of the crop, drawing all our strength from the roar of the cock. It's all for one and one for all. Pass them new, we're talking total football. Here we go again, Roy's red machine. Liverpool, the greatest team the world has ever seen.
Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. Darwin Nunez, lad, he's just got this knack of coming in clutch just when you need him, just when you think he's down and out, just when you think, he can't do it again. He does it again. It was a great game of football. It was a good 0-0 to watch, to be fair, just from a neutral perspective. I thought we battered them. I thought we were all over them for the most part. Obviously they had a few chances, nothing really troubling Alisson too much, but at the end of the day, just Darwin at the end, man, just yeah, as I say, coming in clutch, exactly when you need him. That bit of confidence that he needs moving forward now. So yeah, massive result.
It was massive, lad. It did actually feel like it was going to be one of them games, and I said before, I can't be making any excuses. Whether we have loads of shots and batter them, we've got to score the goals to win the game. And thankfully we did, lad. I was absolutely buzzing for him. I was buzzing for us. It felt like one of them big results where it was like Aston Villa when we won the league. We're on the edge of not winning and being on a bit of a downer, and then all of a sudden we pop up again, 2 goals, 2 late goals, and seal the 3 points. And yeah, absolutely delighted.
Yeah, like you said, one of them games where you just think it's not going to happen. Not for want of trying, 37 shots. I think it was 15 corners. And, it's not like the Forest one where the keepers had a blinder. It's just the quality of chances we were getting and the quality of shots we were having just weren't good enough throughout the game. But as I said, we were very much the dominant side in the game. And yet sometimes you do just need that bit of good fortune, Trent trying to cross the ball in, gets blocked, gets another go at it, falls to the right man in the right place. People will say right place, right time. I was saying he gets in those positions all the time. That's the frustrating thing about him is a lot of the time he is in the right place. He just doesn't do the right thing when he's in the right place normally.
To be honest, lad, I think I put a post out the other week saying like he lacks luck, and I touched on it last week saying, some of the strikers, the opportunities they've had, they haven't quite fallen to Nunez. The likes of the Jaden Dans wouldn't have fell as perfectly to him. And that one did. It come right to him. He had to tap it into the net. We've seen him one-on-one with keepers and it hitting the keeper's chest or a fingertip, and he's hit the post. He's just put it wide. It happens. It's not like he's missing sitter after sitter. I don't think he's had that many chances this season. He's missed a few. When he come on and he hit that header, and the way he headed that, I just was like, fucking hell, lad. Why? How have you done that? In a game we need to win. And like Gakpo missed 3 big chances. Diaz was practically not playing again. And then Nunez makes that one mistake at the beginning. You're thinking, here we go. It's going to all fall on Nunez. And he never let it. He fucking turned up. And then he turned up again with that second one. And fucking all hell broke loose. And made up, lad. He's one of them players you really want to see do well. Everyone can have the comments on him and say, yeah, he hasn't been good enough or he's not the best. But as long as he's trying and he's wearing the red shirt, lad, just get behind him. And that's the beauty of football. Sometimes when your luck looks down and out and you've got nowhere to go, a little bit of fortune comes your way. And now he's a hero this week, especially with Arsenal's results. This feels like a big one. Feels like a big leap forward towards the league title. And it was down to Darwin Nunez, so fucking well done, lad.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, the subs themselves, not just Darwin coming on, but obviously, I think Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott especially changed the game massively. I think we looked a lot calmer when Elliott come on. I think he's just got that, for a player such a young age, he's still only 21, I think. For a player of his age to look as he looked the most in control as soon as he come on. He looked like he was taking control of that midfield. And that pass that he's put in for Nunez for the second one, not a lot of players would have passed to Nunez there. He would have gone with the easy option, playing Jones in, who's overlapped. And the fact that he's picked out Nunez, the fact that Nunez has actually took a touch and buried it. Like I said the other day, if that was his first goal that he had to do that for, I don't think he would have scored it.
And
But because he's got the confidence from the first one, it just made the second one happen.
Yeah, some players are just like that, lad. They rely on a little bit of fortune, and then they could have the world at their feet. And he's just one of them. He could go on a mad run now. And I said it last week. I'm just waiting for him to go on one. Even if he doesn't, again, you know, if he has his little dip, as long as he's working his ass off and contributing to the team, I'm not arsed, but he will have them moments again. I just hope there's not too many more games where we're relying on him like that to score late. But yeah, I think the team were brilliant. I think I said last week, I'm a bit concerned with how cautious we are and nervy we are in the first half, and we're quite happy to pass it round and have possession and not really do anything with it. And then we sort of want to chase the points the last half an hour, and then we go at it. It weren't like that. We were at it from the off. Just we couldn't score. They hit us on the counter attack like Forest quite a few times. Alisson was busy, but again, it had a feel about it that they weren't going to score either. I think Alisson was frustrating me with how long he was keeping hold of the ball. But again, we can't see what he can see. There could have been zero movement, so he's waiting. But at one point, he had the ball at his feet for 30 seconds, and you're like, fucking kick the ball, lad. Get it up there. Let's do something. But in terms of goalkeeping, he was brilliant. There was saves he made. That one where he's like plugged out the sky, where it's going whizzing past him. I just was like, my heart was in my mouth, lad. Fucking brilliant. And then that's where you go. That's our goalie. That's Alisson. That's why he's there. But yeah, overall, lad, I was on cloud nine. Absolutely fucking. I went from, I can't believe it. And I wasn't going to slate the team. I wasn't going to come out and have a meltdown because it didn't justify it. We just couldn't score, and that happens in football. But fucking thankfully we did, lad.
Yeah. One man who we missed massively when he was out for a couple of games, and it's took him a couple of games to get back up to speed. But I thought he was brilliant on Saturday. Was Szoboszlai. You see exactly what he brings, and you know we've discussed it a few times on here. Like he is the Wijnaldum replacement. He is that one who you don't notice what he brings to the team until he's out the team. But I thought Saturday, he was probably the best player on the pitch for me.
Yeah, when I was saying, obviously it was 0-0. I was saying to me, Dad, he cannot. I seen the ball go up and I was like, he can't be bringing Szoboszlai off. He cannot do it. He can't be doing it. And then he was like, he must be fucked because he hasn't stopped all game. Again, I think he played a bit further forward. He had a number of chances. That strike at the bar was exceptional.
Yeah, it was.
Brilliant effort. And again, it's just fine margins. It weren't like lack of quality. It was just fine margins. Sometimes the couple of mil the other side and it's a goal. Salah the same. That left-footed strike that just went past the post. Went through like lack of quality. He hasn't missed it. It's practically perfect. Just like another 6 inches and it's a goal. But yeah, I thought after Szoboszlai's game against Forest, I thought he was terrible. The first half, he grew into it the second half when we were on the front foot. And then he started the Brentford game exactly the same. He was on the front foot. He was pressing. He was penetrating them. And he was brilliant. He was my man of the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he wasn't because Darwin Nunez was man of the match for that game. But overall, it was Szoboszlai. He was fantastic.
Yeah, and I feel like that was a Szoboszlai performance, a bit more what people have got in their head. That the type of player he is, where he is more on the front foot. He's having more shots. He's linking play more with the front three kind of thing. And I think that was more of what people think of when you see Szoboszlai kind of thing. Whereas I think we've come to expect now that he's not always going to be that type of player, but that certainly was that type of performance.
I think that's a systematic thing as well, though, because as I've said it for a few weeks, our midfield doesn't seem to be that involved in games. It seems to be the fullbacks into the forwards, or McAllister playing a ball through, Gravenberch winning it, giving it to McAllister. Szoboszlai just seems to pot around and press, work hard, win the ball back, but he doesn't seem to be doing anything going forward. And I think he's given like a free roll almost. against Brentford, and he looked brilliant. So again, if you're quite happy with McAllister sitting in a bit deeper with Gravenberch and let him Szoboszlai go for it, then do it. But that's the beauty of Arne Slot, is he can change it up, and these players are versatile. So whatever they're asked to do, they can do. But it was definitely a different role for him. He played the number 8 role. He was number 8, and he was box to box, and he looked it, and he owned it. To be honest, he was fucking fantastic. So yeah, if he can get another one, if he can get a goal under his belt and get a bit more confidence up, then we might see more of them performances.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I do agree. My man of the match outside of Darwin, it feels unfair not to give it to Nunez after the goals, but no, I think overall, yeah, Szoboszlai definitely. There was a moment in the game where they've checked for a penalty for us. Diaz going down in the box. Now, I've seen a few people say he should have been booked for diving. I don't think he should have been, for the simple fact I don't think he's actually looking for a penalty. And they were saying it on Sky Sports News today, but I don't actually think he's trying to get a penalty. I think he's kind of just slipped and scrambled and try. You see him scrambling to try and get back up. I don't think he doesn't claim. I don't actually think he's looked for a penalty there at all. I just think it was unfortunate that he slipped at the moment where the keeper's at his feet, kind of thing. I
was on both sides of the fence, lad. I was screaming for a penalty, wanted the referee dead, and then wanted him booked for diving. And I was like, that's a dive. That he ran at the ref for a penalty, but there was no contact. I don't think it was a dive either, though he has actually slipped. But he's obviously slipped and then thought, fuck, it looks like a penalty, so I'm asking for it. But yeah, nothing in it. Nowhere near a penalty, or not a booking either. He did dive. He fell over, and as you see, he did try to get back up.
Yeah. And then I think the only other real talking point outside the goals and everything was should Nunez have finished the game? He's got that rash side to him, hasn't he? On a yellow card for taking his top off, and then he goes and it's an honest attempt for the ball. In fairness to him, he's just tried to stop the counter, but he has caught the Brentford player on the foot. I think he was probably very lucky to get away with not getting a second yellow, if I'm being honest.
How much Darwin Nunez would that be, lads? Come on, score.
It would have been the most, it would have been standard.
Come him up, wouldn't it? But yeah, as I said, it was a bit harsh, to be honest. He's been booked for taking his top off, and it is what it is. He's going, it happens. His first foul, he's only been on the pitch for 5 minutes. Book him for his first foul, I think, is a bit harsh. But yeah, it was a yellow card offence, to be fair. So one of them.
Yeah, and that's the thing, he has got that rash side to him because he's so passionate. He wants to do as much as he can for the team and things like that. But he gets the confidence back at the goals, and then say he does get that second yellow there, the confidence has gone straight away for him. He can't capitalise on it or nothing. So he's definitely got away with one. But yeah, it is what it is. I think you're probably right. I think if he'd have been on the pitch a bit longer, if he'd have made a couple of little fouls here and there, maybe it would have been a different story. But as I said, there was no malice in it or nothing like that. He has genuinely just tried to block the ball, and he's just mistimed it a little bit.
That's why I've said with referees, lad, is that sometimes common sense has to prevail. He's been on the pitch 5 minutes. He's been booked for celebrating a goal, which the referee is not going to fucking, have a cob on with. And he's made one tackle, albeit a bit of a dodgy tackle. But I think if he hadn't took his top off, he'd have been booked for it. But I don't think the referee could see in his mind, and I think he's right that tackle didn't merit a red card. So
yeah,
I think all in all, yeah, it was fair.
Yeah, and in fairness, we got a little slot meme out of it, didn't we, with the face he pulled after he made the tackle. So all's well that ends well. But no, I mean, coupled with the Arsenal result, it turned out to be a massive, massive weekend for us. And I was visiting my man in the hospital when the Arsenal game was on, so I didn't get to see it properly. But obviously, watch Match of the Day and all that, and them throwing away a 2-goal lead at home again. Was just you Villa at that team where if they do turn up, they will cause you problems. They've been a bit more hit and miss this season because they've had the Champions League to contend with, but they were always capable of doing that. And Ollie Watkins loves playing against them.
be fair, he didn't really. It looked like it was going to be an absolute slaughter in the first the first 15 minutes. I think Arsenal had 7 corners. They absolutely blitzed them, and he kept going for them. But they weren't really creating any chances. They scored the 2 goals. None of them were great goals, and then something clicked in Villa. Ollie Watkins got through about 2 or 3 times, and I thought he was going to take him off because he was fucking shit. He would not. He didn't have the confidence or the ability to get past the one-on-one. He wouldn't risk it. He wouldn't go for it. And then them goals, mate. That ball from Luca Dean over for the first one, was it Tielemans?
Tielemans, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking brilliant. And then Ollie Watkins, that ball over to Ollie Watkins, that finish is just class.
Yeah.
So I celebrated that like it was Darwin Nunez all over. That brilliant. It's a massive day for Liverpool. That it could be one of them season-defining weekends.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Ollie Watkins hasn't been in great form this season. He's been overshadowed by John Duran a lot. So yeah, great time for him to get a goal from a Liverpool perspective. Obviously the handball. Arsenal fans are mentally ill. I have no idea what they're looking at to say that it's not handball. Like, it's just absolute pure and utter just denial. It's sick. Stop it.
So in live action when it went in, I was like, and he showed the replay. I said, that's it, his hip. And he showed the angle where he spins into it, and it looks like it's off his hip. And then they slow it down again, and you see it hit his hand and go in, and you're like, right, Sand, it's no goal. But I was flapping, and then they showed that angle, and I was like, thank fuck for that. And then yeah, the Arsenal fans are posting that video where it clearly hits his hand, saying it's cheating, and you're like, you're fucking mad. Like that fucking little punter who goes around the race.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
If they were all Liverpool, it'd be a goal. It was like, it fucking wouldn't, like, because it's his hand. He punched it in the net. What are you on about? You've shared the video of him. You can see him fucking hitting his hand, hitting his forearm and going in. But yeah,
the mad, aren't they?
The nuts, lad. And do you know what? I've never had a disliking for Arsenal. I've never felt like we've had a big rivalry with them because they were always better than us. And then when we've been good, they've been non-existent. And they're forcing this rivalry, like where Man City buying trophies and cheating and stuff, and we're just not. They need to get a fucking grip. I think the proper Arsenal fans will be deflated with their own performances and the way they handle games. And I think the pressure's getting to their players. Again, we've had blips where we drew games, but nothing like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think I've said all along. I agree with Jamie Carragher what he said earlier. That the fact that it's Liverpool they're chasing is getting to them, and they thought if it weren't going to be Man City, it was going to be them, and we've shown up and shown it not to be the case. But you know, I just don't think. I think the over party when they win, they over celebrate victories in December and stuff like that. I just think they need to fucking calm down and just be quiet and be humble.
Yeah,
if they don't. But they make a big song and a dance out of every victory. They need to fucking calm down. And then when they lose, they're the same. They're in complete meltdown. That fucking prick the other day against Man United. Oh, blood, fan, blood, thing, rude boy. I was like, fuck off. What are you on about, you mad cunt? I haven't even mentioned the footy.
Yeah, no, it's just fun to watch, isn't it, when you lose? But no, it must be a North London thing, you know. Fucking Spurs last season with the lap of honour after like the 4th game and when they beat us, and then you had them practically celebrating the first leg like the tie was over the other week. You know, you had Odegaard robbing the cameraman's camera and all that. It's like it's just weird. Yeah, they overdo it every time, and that's why it's fun to watch them lose and or just not win in general. You know, it's just Arsenal fan TV has made it worse for them anyway. Made it better for us.
Well, they're just making dough off like over the top reactions, and I just think it's embarrassing. Like, someone contacted us now and said, "Oh, fucking do watch-alongs and you know, hit the fan like that Irish tit from the agenda." And when Liverpool can see the goal, fucking flip and throw stuff. I'd be like, shut up, no, fuck off. I'll do what I do, and I'll support our support, and I won't turn me back on the team for a few fucking clicks, you bellends. And that's what others are doing anyway. But
it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they just need to calm down. I go up and I go down, I go high and I go low, and I'm like, fucking Arsenal are on our tails, and then they're not, and the shit again. So at the minute, I'm just on a high, and I don't think I'm worried about them anymore. But again, they could do something big. But I honestly think City going to find their form, and I think it'll be City chasing our tails more than Arsenal very soon.
Yeah, I mean, look, as bad as City have been this season, you can never ever rule them out. You know, I think their case, the 115 charges, that I think they know that's done. I think they've got away with it completely. You know, fucking 9.5-year deal for Haaland, 500 grand a week, is just ridiculous. And then they're spending fucking 250 million on new players as well. It's like, yeah, that's a team that knows they're not getting punished for breaking financial rules.
Or they know that they're getting punished, and they're doing all they can now to build a strong team with big contracts, so they're fucking tied down when they go to League Two.
That's one way to look at it, but
they know.
Can't see it.
It's the only. There's been murderers who've had journalists in their courtrooms, and Man City haven't. There's not a journalist in sight. There's no one reporting on it. No one other than the people in them rooms know what's going on or being said. So all that's happening is they're going in there. There'll be brasses, champagne. They'll be throwing Joe everywhere, and then they'll come out in the suits and go, "Wow, yeah, we're all worried." And then they'll do it again the next day for fucking 5 weeks, and then they'll pay all the brown envelopes off, and then it'll be done. They'll get no charges. They'll get fined, and it'll be over. But again, we can't control it, lad. Can't do nothing about it. It would have been nice to have been handed the titles that they robbed off us, but we wouldn't have partied. We wouldn't have celebrated them, really, would we? No. Although the thought of, have you seen that John May video?
No.
Lad, John May on the phone, he's going, they're going to get the league titles so off them, and if Arnie wins the league this year, guess what? Klopp's going to be on the bus with him, lad, with his 2 league titles. And do you know what? If you could dream, lad, and that could happen, then it'd be absolutely lovely. But it's in the past. It's over and done with. We're not going to get excited over what happened to City, but it would be nice for football for them to be no more. I want these cheating bastards to be no more.
No, it's done, in it. Like, you know, as I say, that deal for Haaland is just that bordering on a Saudi contract, to be fair. And I don't know who it was. Someone commented there, like, that's how you get contract extensions done, trying to take a shot at us for that. And I just said, look, I'm not being funny. Like, that's not how you get contracts done at all. Like, they're paying him. I can't remember what it works out to, but, like, you know, 9.5-year deal is pathetic. Like, it's just, that's not how it's done. And if you think it is the way it's done, you've got your head in the clouds. It's just
not. That meant to be stopped after Chelsea started doing that, though?
I think it's only with new players, because it's a way of deferring the transfer fee over the course of that contract. But I think there's no rule with it for players you've already got. They might bring a rule in, but it was only, you can't sign players and give them 7-year deals straight away. Because he's already there, it doesn't work with him. But yeah, it's just like I said, you know, our contract situation is what it is. It's a joke at the minute, but, like, the way out of it isn't just to go, right, is 750 grand a week. Like, stay. It just doesn't work like that in the real world, and City isn't the real world, unfortunately.
That Haaland contract is 26 mil a year and 234 mil over his contract. 234 million. How would they afford that when they don't even sell out, lads, and they don't sell that many shirts worldwide? So again, they've just got loopholes on loopholes within loopholes, and I think as long as they've got the people who are on the hierarchy that are willing to take the envelopes, it's just going to be the same. But again, do you know what? They fucking cheated for as long as we've known, since 2012. Where are they now? Struggling like fuck. So enjoy it, bastards.
Yeah, no, it's done, in it. Like, I'm over it now. It's one of them. It's just, it is what it is. I think we all would have loved them to get punished properly and go down the leagues and everything like that. But I think deep down, I think the majority of us knew it weren't going to happen.
I was convinced it was going. I couldn't see a way or a world where a football team is bigger than the league. and I just can't believe that it's going to happen. But it's inevitable that it is. But
Yeah.
it'd be nice to get our eye wiped and to get absolutely flawed, and then all them players are stuck there. But yeah, it's just not going to happen, lads. And it's a shame for football because it just makes everything fucking feel shite, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Work for realistically. Everything you graft for, all the coaching, all the scouting, everything proper managers and coaches do is all for nothing because they can just go and spend $250 in January when they do.
Mad, isn't it? We have gone a bit off tangent here, but it wouldn't be us if we didn't go off a little bit. But no, as we were saying, I do agree with you that it probably will be City breathing down our necks come the end of the season. I think you can't rule them out no matter how bad they've been in the season. You know, Phil Foden started as PR run of games now, hasn't he? He scored 5 in the league so far in 2025, so he's going to get Player of the Year shouts already, despite the fact that he didn't do a fucking thing for the first 6 months of the season. Haaland will turn into a robot again. He'll start scoring. Kevin De Bruyne will magically remember how to play football. Pep will be coming out all clean shaven, no scratches anywhere, and all will be right in their world. But as long as we keep doing our job, we keep getting to a point that they can't catch us, and then it doesn't matter what they do. So we've just got to keep plodding on and enjoy the ride.
12 points is a massive gap, lad. Potentially 15 points. As I say, I don't think City are catching us. I don't think they are, but I think they're going to be neck and neck with Arsenal. And that's not me saying we're going to win the league. That's just me saying I think Arsenal are going to falter a little bit more. And I'm hoping we don't. You know, I've said that before where I've counted Arsenal out and then they've gone on a good run and they've turned up. I just do think they need to just fucking pipe down, shut up and play football and win games. Because that's what, as a fan, that's what I'd be saying to us. Stop mouthing off. Stop over-celebrating. Stop fucking partying when you win a game. And just fucking get down to business. But I hope they carry on doing what they're doing because for every win they get, they drop points and then they look a shadow of the team they can be. So it's great.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward then. So obviously we got the game tomorrow against Lille. I keep having heard in my head that it was Girona for some reason, but we've already played them. Lille tomorrow. I think a few people are sort of writing it off as an easy game, but then I seen someone today say they've already beat fucking Madrid at Madrid this season and beat Atletico in the Champions League this season already. So, like, you know, obviously,
well, Lille, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not doing bad. So, obviously, for us, I think we'll still go quite strong. I think we're practically secure going through, but I think they'll want to make sure of it for definite, and then rest players in the final game. So, it's definitely going to be a tough game. But the way we've been in Champions League this season, we just seem to soak up any little bit of pressure in it a lot easier than we do in the league. And we've made the Champions League look quite easy so far this season.
Yeah, I think because of like what's it called, the structure of the campaign, I think teams are going for us a little bit more, and we're getting in behind. That no one's trying to sit in deep and defend for their lives. They're just going for it. That's the beauty of this league, is that teams are, if they're in with a shout to qualifying, they're just trying to win.
Yeah,
we're able to plug that and end up beating them. But yeah, Lille are doing well, lads. It's not going to be an easy game. By all means, I'm not like overly excited for the game because I think it is one of them games. I think it's the right type of game, and considering the running we're having to rotate, to keep players fit, keep players rested, keep enough on the bench to get the win, because I don't want to drop any points in the Champions League. I want to go all the way on top of that league with maximum points. But yeah, I think it's the right game to rotate and then go into Ipswich full strength and try and do to them what Man City done to them. If not, get more.
Yeah. I think you're right. It probably is the right game to rotate while still trying to put a strong squad out. But I think, I wouldn't be surprised if the likes of Chiesa got a start. I wouldn't be surprised if Jones and Elliott both started. I wouldn't be surprised if Kelleher got the nodding goal.
You look at the potential team, lad. Barring the defence, really, you could rotate most of the midfield. You could have Tyler Moore and Endo and Jones or Elliott. Chiesa, who you should have on the left, play Nunez on the left, and play Phil Babb up front. It'd be sad. Yeah, you can't miss Jota. So yeah, Jadon Sands up front.
Yeah,
Nunez
if he's able to play, like
Nunez on the left, or Diaz. I think put Diaz on the left and try and get him into a bit of form. He's been shy for a few weeks, and then play Chiesa on the right. Harvey Elliott or Jones with Enzo and Morton. Quansah. Don't play Kanate. Well, although Kanate was brilliant the weekend, but he's making comments. He's made 3 comments now about him still being injured, and he's doing it for the team. And that I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that at the end of the season that he played with a broken knee, and you go, yeah, fucking hero. Don't tell everyone, wow, we're fucking still playing.
I know, yeah. I think he will play, though, given the fact that he's done the press conference.
Yeah,
that's normally
but again,
telltale sign.
There's been so many games, even Accrington Stanley, you're looking, we're going to roll. He's rotating the team perfectly throughout the season without us really noticing that players aren't playing. Do you know what I mean? I think it's only really Salah and Van Dijk who played most games or every game. So yeah, he'll go strong, lad. There's no point even fucking debating it. He will go strong, but it'd be nice to see the likes of Tyler Morton and Dan's involved.
Yeah, I agree. No, we discussed it after the Accrington game. You know, Tyler Morton comes in, never lets you down. He's always very, cool and sort of collected on the ball. He can pick a pass. He's a tidy player. And Dan's, I think he deserves a bigger chance. Really, again, never let us down in the FA Cup when he's had his chance, League Cup final and everything. So it's not like he hasn't played, significant games already. But I think he deserves a bigger chance. But I think at this stage right now, with how we've done in the Champions League, I think Ipswich is obviously the one we're going to focus on. And yeah, I mean, we both said that at the start of the season, I like Ipswich, I really do. Always had a bit of a soft spot for them. And, seeing them go down like that yesterday against City, which, City are capable of, but like, they haven't had that kind of season, Ipswich. It's not like they've been battered every single week. I think they've held their own for a lot of games and just not being able to get the goals at the right time and just not scored enough, basically. But I don't think they've been battered like that this season until yesterday. But hopefully, as much as I do like them, hopefully it can, they're on a bit of a downer, spare us on a little bit to go and put a few past someone, because I think we're due to like fucking batter someone, to be honest. Like, I know Spurs the other week when we put 6 past them, but then there was still obviously the 3 they got. I think we are just about to just fucking batter someone.
That's the thing, lad, is sometimes every shot goes in and you can't explain it. That Bournemouth game when we beat them 9-0, I think we had 9 shots on target.
Yeah.
Everything went in. But yeah, we are due an absolute obliteration of someone. Again, you know what happens, Man City will beat the team fucking 6-0 or something, and then we'll be clinging on at 0-0 and trying to get a late winner. It's just the way we do things. It's fucking backwards, but I'm just hoping. I'm hoping we do go out and we try and hurt them. I'm hoping we do sense a wounded animal and we try and kill them. Go at them early, do what Man City do, go at them from the off and make them struggle, make them make mistakes. And yeah, I agree, they haven't been the whipping boys of the league this season, but there's a time, we need to go and bully them, show them that why they're lower in the table and why we're the top dogs. And we need to make a statement to City as well that anything you can do, we can do better. So fingers crossed we do. But if you'd offered me 1-0 now, I'd take it.
100%. I mean, all I care about right now is the points. Big performances, big wins like that are always a bonus, obviously, but right now you just need them points on the board, especially with some of the games we've got coming up. Obviously, I think we've got Bournemouth after Ipswich, who, I thought they were absolutely fantastic against Newcastle. I thought they were fucking brilliant. Iraola, such an underrated manager. I think he's done a fucking brilliant job there. So that's going to be a tough
really
game.
Tough side, lad. Yeah. It is going to be tough. I've said we have to win these 3 regardless of what happens. We have to win the next 2. Go into the derby full of confidence. They won a game, so they're going to be buzzing, aren't they? But hopefully they get whipped about before the derby anyway.
It's only Tottenham now, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It's like,
It's frustrating, like, because how couldn't we score past them in the cup? Fuck me, this
Just
shit.
had one of them games, lad. Just had one of them games.
Shit. But yeah, I think, hopefully we batter Ipswich. But again, Lille, I think we're saying about rotate the team and that. We've seen Tyler Morton in like lesser competitions and the likes of Jaden Dans against lesser opponents. Lille are 8 in the Champions League. They're only like 2 wins behind us. So I think they're pushing for that qualifying place, guaranteed. They're going to be riled up for it. I think it's a great test for them young lads, because if we weren't to win, it's not the end of the world. I think we've got enough firepower to bring on if it's not working. Or do the opposite, start strong and bring them on, but let them have half an hour at least, and let's see what they're up against. Some quality players in that Lille team, they're a good side. They're fucking minted. They've brought some good players in. They've won the league themselves not long ago. So yeah, let's just see if we can and test how good our young lads actually are.
Yeah, they're never going to push on if they're not getting bigger tests like this. Tyler Morton spoke about it himself after the Accrington game. He's at the age now where he has got to start sort of considering his options, and it'd be a shame to let someone like him go, because I don't think we get the price that we should do for him. You look at City when they bring youngsters through, and the amounts they sell them for, and we just don't do the same. Cole Palmer, when he got sold, realistically, he wasn't a £40 million player when they sold him. Now he's worth fucking triple that. Don't get me wrong, but at that time, like, he wasn't worth 40 mil. I don't think. I thought it was a big risk by Chelsea, I've got to say, and they do it all the time. They sold Lavia for a fairly decent price. They sell everyone for good money, and I just think when we have these young players up and coming, I don't know what it is. We just don't. When it's time to sell them, we don't sort of push them out there to bigger teams as much. We end up selling them to lower down in the leagues and stuff like that, when they may be better than where they're going to and things like that. And we're getting like $500,000 for them or $1 million for them here and there. And it's like, I don't know, maybe it's a fucking PR thing or something. I don't know, but it's just Man City, credit to them, are just the experts in that side of it with the youngsters.
No, I disagree. Also, I think like we've done great business, the likes of Solanke and that. We didn't know he was going to go on to end up playing for Tottenham, but I don't think he was worth the money we got for him. The likes of Jordan Ibe, we got decent dough for him. We've done quite well. We made a joke when Ward was here, didn't we, that we could sell anyone and we could turn water into wine. But again, the quality and the caliber of player they're bringing through is a bit different than what we've got. Obviously, if we was to let Tyler Morton go, I think the quality of him would bring bigger names interested. But the lads we've let go so far, the only real one that I have a little look at and sometimes think, I don't know whether he could have done a job for us, is Wilson for Fulham. I think he's got still a little bit about him, but I think that is his level. I think he's got a bit of wonder about him every now and again, but I think that's his level. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's. I don't want to see any of our young players go to big teams anyway, who are our rivals. I'd imagine how City feel when Palmer's slotting past them, and they're thinking, fucking hell, he starts for us every day of the week. He starts. Do you know what I mean? So you don't want to look at your fuck-ups in the eyes and go, fucking hell, he's costing us points, and we could have got well more for him in the end. But yeah, it's just one of them things, lads. I think it's like a little bit of a respect thing with Liverpool as well, is let the kid go somewhere and get a few more quid and not take a big fee for them. But yeah, hopefully Tyler Morton and the likes of Dan's and that get the chance and we can see how good they are.
Yeah. No, it like you said before, it's a great opportunity for them if they do get a decent run out tomorrow. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, obviously covering the Ipswich game in this one as well, just because obviously I go to Dubai on Wednesday, so I won't get a chance to talk about it beforehand. So yeah, it's just another busy week, isn't it? Champions League's back. League is relentless, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
I think our fixtures now are Lille, Ipswich, Tottenham. Is it Tottenham, Bournemouth?
I'm not sure if Bournemouth's first.
So who's we playing between?
Possibly. Let's have a look. Try not to knock me mic while I do it. Let's have a quick gander. Fucking, where are we?
Yeah, it's Bournemouth. It's fucking hell. Who is it?
We're gonna find out now. Don't worry.
We play
Right.
Leeds,
So
Ipswich,
Lille, Ipswich,
Plymouth.
PSV,
Oh yeah, PSV.
Bournemouth, Tottenham, Plymouth, Everton.
Yeah, and then
And then
get a
Wolves.
week, and then
after
Everton,
that.
then Wolves, and then
Yeah.
we get a week off after Wolves before we play City.
Yeah. So yeah, massive games there coming up. Fucking hell. You know, there's the Carabao Cup to turn around, which I said yesterday, if we don't put 4 past Tottenham and Anfield, I'm classing it as a loss, even if we go through. They were that bad. You know, Plymouth in the cup again, good excuse to put the kids out. Everton, their tails are going to be up. I mean, say that there's still a bit of time. There's quite a few games for us at least before that. They'll obviously have the FA Cup before that as well. So, I mean, but yeah, after a performance like that, their tails will be up a little bit.
It's hard to get that because we've got to go. Obviously, the Champions League, I think, is practically done. I want to get maximum points in that. Hopefully, we can turn the Carabao Cup tie around and get ourselves in a final. Hopefully, we can brush past Plymouth, but again, FA Cup, never easy. And then win our league games.
Yeah.
If we can win Ipswich and Bournemouth, and then we're still in the both cups by the time we play Everton, then our tails will be up. We'll be fucking 2 more games down with hopefully maximum points, and we'll be closer to what we want, and our tails should be up. We should be full of confidence, but it's a derby and form goes out the window. So
yeah, and you know they've got the Mosiah now, haven't they? So
no, do you know what? He'll relish it. He'll relish
he will.
it. But again, we'll talk about that fucking closer
If
down. But
any, you know,
just gotta get these points on the board before we play them fuckers.
Yeah, definitely. But if any manager of Everton knows what it's like to play Liverpool, it's him, isn't it? You know, he's probably the only one who's had a modicum of success against us. You know, and I think even that's still only like, I think he won maybe 2 or 3 under him, which is significant in the Premier League era. So,
when you've got the cop singing 10 more years, then I would never do well at Anfield.
No, as I say, success is a very relative term there. You know, success in their eyes, you know, I say 3 wins in 12 years or whatever he was there for is not really success, but it's about as good as they get.
I was saying to my dad about them before, actually, because my dad was like, "Oh, they fucking battered Tottenham, but it's because Tottenham is shit." I said, I've had the neighbour phoning me. He's delighted that they won a game in the style that they won it, and they nearly fucked it up. But yeah, the Evertonians are buzzing because you give them a little bit of identity, and it's not just whack the ball up and hope for the best. And that's what he was good at. I've never disliked Moyes because he told the team to do a job and he fucking done it. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult. But again, we're fucking jumping the gun because there's 2 league games to play before them come. So make sure we've got 6 points out of them.
Yeah, definitely. Before we move on to the sort of bit of fun that we're going to do at the end of this one, couple of things to talk about. Obviously, you mentioned it before, Kanate with his comments to the media there. Couple of odd ones. I'm saying he's injured still and he's doing it because he'll die for the team. You love to hear it, but just not right now. Like you said, say it at the end of the season by all means. Is he being a bit too honest for his own good there?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, you know what, I think he's just like letting us know, like, you know, we say about Nunez and that what he gives for the team and all that. I think he's just trying to be on that wavelength and get that respect off the fans that he's going to put his body on the line. But to say, yeah, I've got a Sean there, I'd die for this team is a bit fucking dramatic, to be fair. But then, yeah, he mentions the contract situations as well, doesn't he?
His own contract situation, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think, again, no one really knows what's going on with these contracts. It sounds like he's not as close as we thought. And it's just mad. I'd just love to know what the conversations are like. We must just offer like curly whirlies and fucking like a year golf course training or something.
Yeah, it must be. I don't know what the big issue is. I was on FIFA before, and I sorted all three of them out dead easy. Why isn't it that easy? Surely. No, it's. I've got to stop thinking about it now because the more I think about it, it just winds you up. So I'm just waiting to see what happens. Wait and see where we are with them all at the end of the season, and then if we are in worst case scenario at that point, you know, all the Reds saying that there needs to be protests and this, that, and the other. Right now, while we're top of the league and fucking doing fantastic everywhere, but if all three of them go for free, I think you can probably expect some form of protest.
I've said that myself, yeah, and I'll be there amongst it. There is stuff to be protesting about, but not right now. You know, people are getting pissed off with the club keeps trying to put the tickets up and stuff like that. Spirit Shankly talking about that. We're fucking sick to death of not being able to get match tickets. Every time you get one in your basket, it's fucking 400 quid because it's hospitality. They can't sell the hospitality out, and rather than give it away, give them to on general sale for standard price, they just let them go. There's empty seats in the ground every week, so something needs to happen. But you do it during the summer. You do it before the first fucking home game of the next season. You don't do it in the midst of a title challenge and when the feel-good factor is all around the ground. Just fucking forget all non-football shit and forget about what we can't control, which is contracts. That the club will deal with that. There's nothing we can say or do that's going to make the club change what they're fucking doing. They've got a structure. They're going to stick to it. If that means they can't strike a deal, then that's on us to not have the balls to go, listen, we will shuffle it around a little bit.
Yeah.
If the three of them go, they'll be murdered.
Yeah, 100%. Seen a report today, and I just want to get your opinion on this. So, seen a report that FSG are planning to make a bid to buy the Boston Celtics, and it could cost them the price tag for them is $6 billion apparently. Now, when you see that they're willing to spend $6 billion to buy another sports team, how does that make you feel? The way they do put the money into Liverpool, because like, as much as we do understand the way they work, and you know, a lot of fans are content with that. I wouldn't say happy is the right word, but content with the way they finance us and have made us self-sustaining. And when you see that they're willing to throw $6 billion to buy another sports team, like it's a bit of a kick on the teeth, really, isn't it? At the same time,
fucking, it's a finger in the ass as well. Why are they kicking in the teeth, lad? To be honest, fucking hell, yeah. The only thing I can say is that, again, you can only really spend what you profit. Our problem is they don't really spend what we profit. We don't. If they're willing to spend $6 billion, whatever we make per season, they should be willing to take fucking 10% towards their profits to build it up and give us the rest if they're willing to do that. Granted, they've built stands and all that shit, but that's for them to make more money. Most of them stands are hospitality. They're making substantial amounts every game. Say the hospitality tickets for Accrington Stanley was 350 quid. Like, I can't get my head around. People are paying it, but there's about the same. There's about 10 blocks every single game, and I actually messaged the LFC helpline asking them. I said I had the same 2 tickets in my basket for Man City, and I messaged them and was just like, "Can I have them?" And they were like, "No." I said, "But they're not selling. I've had them in my basket for a week. They're not selling. We kick off tomorrow. Like, can't you put them as standard tickets and I'll put them in my basket and buy them?" And they were like, "It doesn't work like that." I said, "What? You're going to get either 140 quid or you're going to get nothing. Take the 140 quid." And he said, "We can't do that." And I was just like, "It's a fucking, is it a joke?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm fed up of the old match going situation because I just can't get tickets. And it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's you see it all the time, don't you? Like, everybody's fed up with it. People who go to the game regularly, like, everyone's just at the wit's end with it, and it's not going to improve. That's the issue. They don't want to improve it. They don't feel they have to improve it. I just don't think they haven't got the finger on the pulse, if you like, of the issue to it. You know what I mean? It's like they just say, right, we've got these tickets on sale, we'll sell them. and
No.
that's as much as they do it. So they're not asked.
It's more a fucking kick in the teeth for us. It's like you get tickets in your basket, lad, and then it comes up 360 quid. And you're like, fucking hell, I thought it struck gold there and they had a match ticket. You only need 4 all season. If you get 4 or more than 4, you're practically guaranteed. It drops down nearly every game to +4. But to get 4, you've got to go on a ballot. And I don't know anyone who's won any in the ballot. Don't know any local person who's won any tickets in the ballot. And then if you don't get any in the ballot, you've got to reply. I'm relying on a fella on Twitter to tell us when the dates are that you can register your interest to be put in a queue to buy a ticket for if it goes to that many fans. So basically, if it doesn't sell out because all the members who are qualified don't buy the ticket, you can register your interest to tell the club you want a ticket, and then they send you a link and you click your link and you're still not guaranteed a ticket. So sometimes the links are like 25,000 people, sometimes there's 75,000 people for fucking 400 tickets. You know what I mean?
It's crazy,
but
isn't it?
I just like Spirit Shankly to be a bit more transparent in what their dealings are with the club, because there's meant to be like a fan committee on board now, and no one knows what it's doing or what the conversations are between the club and them. Spirit Shankly, you know, they try their best to fucking put stuff out there, but I think it should be a conversation for all members of Spirit Shankly and all members of the Liverpool Football Club to see how we can improve this situation with the tickets and that. But again, I think we are off topic. We're going negative when we're fucking flying. So I think they're things we should be discussing in the summer. But as the season's going on and on and on, I've been in every ballot and I'm fucking trying my best to get tickets, and I can't for the life of me get them unless I'm paying 360 quid. Which I could do that for every game if I was a fucking sudden Tory cunt, but I'm not, unfortunately. So
no, it's not a positive situation to talk about, but it is something that needs to be spoke about at the same time. And obviously you don't want to bring negative things into it this stage in the season. I get that, but it does need speaking about, and especially as I say, when they're going right, we're going to spend $6 billion to buy another sports team. It's like, hang on a minute, like fucking sort us out first.
You just do everything the wrong time. It's January. People are crying for fucking, reinforcements in the team, which again, I'm not really fussed about. I don't think there's anyone out there that we can just go and get that makes us better. But again, it's January. People are casing them for signings. Let's put a fucking report out that we're going to bid $6 billion for this other firm. You know what I mean? Like, fucking
bad timing.
Choose your time. You're just fucking as fuck. And
read
again, like, that's what, as a fan committee, I think stuff like that should be put by them first. Listen, we're debating putting a bid because they're still our owners. What like reaction do you think it'll get if we do this? Listen, lad, it's January. wait till the 1st of Feb.
Yeah.
Just wait. All right, get it sorted in the 1st of Feb, and no one will be setting fire to dolls of you. Get over it.
Some people probably still will, but that's probably unrelated. One other thing to just mention before we do move on to, as I say, the sort of bit of fun that was spawned by a comment yesterday. I know, fucking hell. But no, Curtis Jones, the comment. So I don't know if you've seen it, what he said about Salah and Hazard, and not entitled to his opinion. And I suppose I half agree with the way he's put it about them. Said that Hazard is easier on the eye, but I'd rather have Salah in my team because he's going to win you games, and that's the most important thing in football. I don't think that's a completely outrageous thing to say, but apparently I haven't seen it myself, but he's been getting shit for it. Like, it's just fucking batshit crazy.
He's right. Basically, in a nutshell, Hazard did look magic up with the ball at his feet, the way he dribbled and all that. Salah's is all technical and tactical. The way he does things, it's all calculated. Hazard was just getting and run a lot of it, but he could obviously dribble in and out of players. Brilliant player, but nowhere fucking near good enough to lace Salah's boots. I wouldn't even let Salah swap shirts with him. I'd pick a better player. So that's where I'm at with it. I don't think he's anywhere near him. I don't think he's not even shouldn't be allowed in the same room as him. It's disrespectful to Salah. It's a fucking joke that it still gets questioned. It's mad.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And again, I agree with Jones. He was easy on the eye. He looked good, but then again, he didn't really fucking do much. How long did he go without a goal?
He went a year one time, like.
Yeah, so when Salah does that, then fucking question it. But
you know what I find the funniest part about the whole debate as well is the fact that the fucking really close mates. They probably buzz off it all the time. It just makes me.
Salah.
I know.
Oh,
Just one of them, innit? No, I just don't understand the shit that Jones has been getting for putting that out there, because as we both just agreed, it's probably fucking the most truest statement about the whole debate that there's been.
All I want to know is what dickhead asked him the question.
Rio Ferdinand.
Oh, was it? Dickhead, yeah.
There you go. So yeah. In fact, when you said what dickhead, you should have known straight away. It was probably Rio Ferdinand. The same Rio Ferdinand who told, I think we said it last time, told fucking Anthony Elanga he'd scored more goals than Vinicius Jr. and fucking Mbappe and someone else since he's been a Forest, which is just the biggest out and out lie I've ever seen in my life. It was like Elanga's got like 21, 22 goal contributions since he's been a Forest. Every single player that he mentioned that he's got more than beat his entire career last season. It was just weird. And the worst part about it is no one has fact checked it as they were recording it and gone, hey, Rio, you're chatting shit there, mate. Just, do you want to not say that? Please go away. Why do we hire you? Anyway, look, let's get on to the fun. So this was spawned by a comment that I shared yesterday because I was calling him a divvy, basically. Oh no, that was it. I asked why do we attract the biggest plant pots in the world, and he basically the thing he said was, "I'm officially stating that I am McAllister out in the summer. Liverpool need another midfielder. He has to go. Has to. It's crucial for squad development. Fucking absolute plant pot." But it spawned what I asked today on Twitter. If you do want to get involved in these, by the way, make sure you're following us on Twitter at LFC Groove, because we do try and bring you in as much as we can. We do try and make use part of the podcast as much as we can as well. So if you do want to get involved, make sure you're following and look out for anything we do polls like this. But I asked for some hot takes, basically. Didn't get as many replies as I would have liked, but we did get obviously a few from your little Jedi. I asked you for a few as well. We'll go over ours after we've gone through his. Anyone who's listened before, you know what your little Jedi's comments, questions are like. So brace yourselves, Jay. Brace yourself. Some of them are going to make your head fall off. One of them is a really good point, I think. But yeah, I'm just going to go through them all. So I have to laugh straight away. Better go through them. So his first one, hot take number one: Nunez is a secret agent like James Bond, and he only scores to let his fellow agents know that they should strike the target. I don't even know where to begin with that.
I don't know what to say. Yeah.
Yeah. I genuinely have no words for that one, honestly.
No, I don't.
So
is that a genuine belief?
I imagine, yeah, it probably is actually. Yeah, you know what he's like. Yeah, I don't know. Is he trying to say he's like the new Aaron Ramsey? Every time he scores, someone gets killed or something like that. Like, I don't. It's a bit of a mad one. A bit. It's a massive fucking mad one. Yeah. No words for that one.
I don't know how to reply to it.
I don't. I've been looking at it all day and like, what did you even say? Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I question that he's a secret agent, and I question that he's got the fucking power to score on free will. To be honest.
Yeah.
So,
gets a call before the game, like, Nunez, you can score today. We've got to kill someone. That's.
I'm absolutely buzzing for Nunez. So if he is a secret agent, I hope he knows exactly what he's doing. I reckon he just waits for the point where Reds are going to blow up, and then he scores. So you've got people like Allard. I couldn't wait to unblock him, and I unblocked him, and I messaged him, and I was like, oh, that must have killed you when the Nunez goal went in. And then when Ollie Watkins scored, you must have fucking lashed your remote through the telly and that. And like you'd expect. To be fair, I was expecting him to still go, oh, there's still loads to go and we'll still fail and all that. But he just put his tail between his legs and he was like, yeah, I'm fucked up. I've had a terrible week. Fucking, yeah, made up we won. Made up Arsenal to that point. And I was like, see the difference in saying to Liverpool fans, you want to see us crying at the end of the season to prove yourself right, like a twat, is so stupid when you could just say, listen, I do think we need new signings and I do think we need to spend more money, but I hope we can, even without it, we win the league.
Yeah.
And that was what my point was to him in the first time. But yeah, anyway, I couldn't wait to unblock him. Fucking.
Right, so hot take number 2, and this is actually a really good point, this one. I think anyway, I think there's definitely some truth to it. If FSG never would have bought Liverpool, we'd have been bought by Saudi owners and we would be in City's position now regarding trophies and league titles, but also in their position relating to the 115 charges.
We would have been, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I
totally agree, and I think that's the beauty of the way we've done things, the way Fenway Sports have done things, is that it has been a bit of a slog at times. It's been a struggle. It's been a bit of an uphill battle. There's been back and forth from the fans with the owners. They've done things wrong. We've, fucking had a go at them for it. They've changed the ways, but in a nutshell, they haven't spent half as much as they could have done or should have done. And when you win, success feels better when it's earned.
Yeah. 100%. And the position we were in at the time when FSG have come in, like we were there for the taking. Like, so if they never come in, yeah, I think that would have been Saudi written all over it. And yeah, thankfully we've done things the right way. Not always the most, pleasing way, if you like, but the right way. And that's what you've got to sort of try and remember. But yeah, look, I think it's a very do or die last 6 months of the season for FSG. I think they've made mistakes in the past and they've been able to turn it around for themselves and sort of get a bit of favour back with a large portion of the fans. But I think if these contracts don't get sorted, that's it. They're done. Like they won't have any favour with the fans anymore, no matter what they do. Yeah, so it's do or die for them these last 6 months.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. And again, it's like just something. There's just some sort of big picture going on with the contracts, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. Are they looking to move on, and the fucking money they're not going to give them goes in their ass pockets? I don't know. But yeah, it's worrying times with the contracts. But yeah, in terms of Man City, if we'd have won things, and I've heard Reds going, yeah, fuck it, give us the Saudi money. I'm not asked if it wins us leagues and that. Wouldn't be the same if we were just rolling teams over and over again because we could go and spend 250 million in January. We'd all the proper Reds would lose interest. It'd be great. It'd be a laugh for a bit, but just knowing we're going to win, that's just not how we do things. And don't get me wrong, we used to 70s and 80s. That's the way it was for Liverpool. But again, it was on merit. It was on going out and scouting players from lesser teams and the likes of John Barnes, not from Watford, fucking your Keegans from Scunthorpe, just players from lesser teams that come in and make you tick. And that's sort of what's carried on. We go and get teams from what we call lesser teams. We've gone and blitzed Southampton for their players. We've got Hoffenheim, been to Fiorentina. We've been to teams that are nowhere near as good as us. Yeah, Hull, Newcastle. And we've got the really good, some best players. But every single signing we've signed, barring one or two, everyone's laughed at us and slated us and went, what the fuck are they playing at? And then we go on to win things. And I think that's just stunning to be able to go and do that and build a team that succeeds on merit and hard work when you've got cheating bastards about there. If you'd offer me now to have all the success City have had or what we've won under Klopp, I'd take what we've won under Klopp because it feels. And that's exactly why our saying is it means more because we've earned.
And I think this last couple of seasons, especially, have shown that having all the money isn't the be all and end all. Look at Chelsea since Todd Bowley's come in; they've spent more than I think probably the fucking rest of the league put together since he's come in, and they're struggling to keep top four at the moment. They've had a better season, admittedly, than they have done the last couple, but it's just not going their way still. Arsenal since Arteta's come in have spent like nearly $1 billion. And yet they've had two good seasons, the last couple of seasons where they've come second to City, but it's like that's all they've got to show for it. And a FA Cup that was won with Unai Emery's team. So it's is it great to? Would it be great to be in City's position in terms of having that money? Maybe, yeah, but it's not like they can just. It's not like they've got practically look at Newcastle, richest team in the world. They can't just go out and spend 300-400 million when you like it. So having the money there is great, but actually being able to use it depends on how successful you are. And outside the City, there's no one more successful than us the last decade. So we've just gotta let it happen the way it does with us. And yeah, it can be frustrating at times. But when you see, the recruitment of Arne Slot, who absolutely no one would have seen coming into the club when Klopp was leaving. Everyone was wanting Ruben Amorim, or they were wanting Xabi Alonso, me included. I'll be honest, I wanted Alonso, but like you look at Amorim now with United, he's doing worse than Ten Hag. Everyone's being blinded because they turned up for us and Arsenal and managed to get positive results. That was the best they played all season against us. It was the worst we've played all season, and he still couldn't beat us. Like, that's the level we're at now. Like, and that's the level they're at now. Again, they beat Southampton the other night with Amad Diallo hat-trick, and people were chanting fucking Ivory and Messi. It's like they've got 6 points out of a possible 66. Fuck off. It's mad. So but that's where we're at, and yeah, I'd rather be us than them. Put it that way.
One thing I'd say is look at our parades to look at their parades.
Hmm.
They've got a fella with a speaker trying to will the crowd on to join in. They're lifting the trophy up and no one's batting an eyelid. Way. But now we used to cheer more for Klopp fist pumping the cop.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. We've still got our passion. We've still got our DNA. Albeit it is fizzling. There is more and more lackluster fans and less passionate fans getting into that stadium and getting in and around the fan base. But as long as the lifeblood's there, mate, it'll stay. And we just need to make sure the owner's the right owner for the club, whoever it is. And it runs the way we like it to, and it's the right way, the fair way, the honest way. And when you win, it fucking means more.
Yeah, absolutely. So hot take number 3. You ready to be battered again? So the reason El Hadji Diouf hates us so much is because Gerrard and Carragher tag teamed his bird one night and his ma the next night, and he found out about it but couldn't do anything about it because he's a big wet fart and his hair is shit.
So is that a real one or is it a make-believe one?
He did actually say something about it. Yeah, no, he said he's certain about number 3, so he believes that, yeah.
Again, I don't know your reply to that. Just sounds. It's like,
yeah.
I hate El Hadji Diouf. I hate him.
Who doesn't?
I hope that rumour's true.
Yeah.
But I don't think Carragher and Gerrard and Mrs. would be too happy, like, but they were probably in on it because they debated El Hadji Diouf as well.
Yeah, I think it was just a norm to hate El Hadji Diouf on it. Like, he's just one of them despicable human beings that's just easy to hate. So, yeah, I imagine everyone would have been in on it. So, this one is mad, not for the same reasons as the first one and that last one. This one, my head fell off a bit when he said this one over. So,
head fell off, rolled down the stairs, and put himself back on again.
Right. We won't win a single trophy this season. I can personally see the cracks in the squad, which will let us down big time in the end. Even with investment in January, I just have that gut feeling.
Good feeling or gut?
Gut.
Wow. Fucking, has Alan dropped his phone? We won't win a single trophy this season because the cracks are showing in the squad. Now, I'd love him to be on the screen now to elaborate this. Where are the cracks? What are they? We're obviously seeing a little bit of an issue with the left back position. We're creating, in the last game, we created 37 chances. Well, we had 37 shots, so we created more chances. We could have blitzed Nottingham Forest, couldn't quite get there. We've had our little dip in form, which has been a few draws, which I said to me dad the other day, last season they'd have been losses.
Yeah.
We've just won late. I think that's the push we needed to go on to start winning games properly now and starting to play the Liverpool way again. I don't think there's any investment that can come in to change how we're going to play or our position in the league. So I would have to say it's absolute fucking lunacy. And I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. But I can't believe he's taught that and he said that out loud. But I don't know whether it's a reverse psychology type of thing he might like to do. But if you're a Liverpool fan now, sat there and you're actually thinking that we're not going to win anything, then I'd hate to be in your shoes because I just don't feel like that. I feel absolutely brilliant at the minute. We've already started talking about the end of the season and where we're going to be and what we're going to do. And that is jumping the gun. But that's the feel this team's given us. And obviously, if we were to fall short and have egg on our face, then so be it. But there's no harm in enjoying what we're doing at the moment. So, yeah, the conversations have started. The dreams have started to run wild in my head. And I fucking sat on the bog the other day with shivers just looking at photos of when we done it last time and stuff like that. And, yeah, if we don't win one trophy, I'll chew my fingers off. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
And I'll do it live on this.
There you go. Fucking I'm a celebrity, eat your heart out.
Fingers off.
Yeah. No, when he said that one over, I was like, as he meant to send that over, like as someone sent it to him, as he said it as he fucking lost a bet or something like it. Just me, I couldn't wrap my head around it. But no, I have to, like yourself, I have to disagree on that one. I can't see anything. Obviously, the last few games weren't fantastic. But like you said, I think last season they would have been losses. And so that's the improvement straight away. And then, the way the weekends played out in our favour, it's just you've got that little belief back again, that spark of belief. So yeah, I can't agree with that.
I'm baffled by that. I get it if we'd have thrown a 2-0 lead away and Arsenal would have went on to win later. I went, oh, fucking hell, yeah, because as I said to you, we have to win the next 3 games. And yeah, there could be dips, there could be more blips, there could be a roller coaster where we go fucking downhill for 2-3 games. But again, we've got that cushion. We've got enough points on the board to be confident that we can go all the way. And again, if we can't go all the way in the league, then we've got a massive chance at the Champions League. We've got a massive chance at the FA Cup. And we're one game away from a cup final already. So, yeah, I think I'm open for his sake that it is a reverse psychology thing, because I think any Liverpool fan who is nervous, I'm nervous, but nervous to the point you actually physically don't think we're going to win anything. I think they're the fans that have been like scarred too much by like fucking traumas in terms of like not winning trophies and missing out late and that. But yeah, all I can say is fucking enjoy the ride, and what will be will be. But I'm confident that we get silver this year.
Yeah, I am myself. Yeah, like we always say, the ride is fucking is the fun part in it. So just gotta enjoy it. But no, I can't see us not getting anything out of this season.
It's fun and it's nerve-wracking and it's sickening. Like I was nearly vomiting on the 90th minute against Brentford. I felt fucking sick because I said to me dad, if we can't beat these are games you've got to win, and you've got to find a way to win, no matter how you do it, whether you get a penalty or it's a fucking shoulder and goes in or whatever. You've got to find that way to win, and the best teams do, and we did. So I was sat there, lad. I've got no fingernails left. I've nearly chewed my fingers off already. Anyway, that's how I know I can do it. So yeah, and that Arsenal game, it's gone from. Said to me, Dad, we won't even watch Arsenal now. And then Nunez scores, and then my dad went, after this, we put the Arsenal game on. So I was looking forward to that. And then that Watkins goal, as I say, celebrated that like a Liverpool goal because it was massive, absolutely massive to our season and their season. So, yeah, if you've got to have that belief, and I would try and get that out your head if it's a real feeling.
Definitely.
Try and get on that high and enjoy it. And don't brag, don't boast, don't be too overconfident, but dream the dream, lad, and fucking anything can happen.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. So I asked you for if you had any sort of hot takes, controversial opinions about Liverpool or anything like that. So it's not always the easiest thing to think of, but were you able to come up with any?
Yeah, mine is, and I think I've said it before, that I would much rather Man United get to the top of English football again than Man City. I'd rather have that rivalry with Man United because my disliking of them is because of respect.
How good they were.
Yeah, and I think a lot of Reds are brought up to hate Man United because they're Man United and they don't really know why they hate them. Whereas my dad hated them because of Dalglish and that. He's always hated them. He fucking hates them though. Whereas I hate teams based on the relevance. So whoever's our rivals at the time is the game that I feel most physically sick about. I still get up for the Man United games. They're still big, massive games to me. But I feel physically sick against the likes of Man City and that now, and Arsenal. Again, the derby, it will always be the derby. Man United will always beat Man United. But when Man United were really good, it was nearly to a point where I couldn't watch it because I hated them that much because I knew how good they were. And then it's like that with City. And basically, if I could have Man United beating us to trophies on merit rather than the way Man City are doing it now, I'd rather that, which might sound a bit mad, but the hatred I've got for Man City because of the way they've done it, I don't think I've ever hated the team more than them. Fucking despise them. Absolutely hate them. And I'm starting to get that way with Arsenal because, again, they're the most fucking self-entitled bunch of cunts that think they're owed something off the league because they've done it before and they've spent all this money and then they just flip when it doesn't go their way. The arrogance from the pair of them. I'd love them to both fuck off, and I'd love our battles with Chelsea and Man United again.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I think for me, I am still like it'll always be United that I hate the most, just because of what they've caused in our childhood and our teenage years and stuff like that. It was them all the time, and the games you had back then with them when Ferguson was there, and you'd batter them all game, and then fucking John O'Shea would pop up with a winner, or Diego Forlan had scored his only goals for Man United ever against you. Rio Ferdinand with his fucking volume one in the top bin. It was always the fucking maddest players ever that scored. Like, I reckon if they would have put fucking Massimo Taibbi up front, after he made them howlers on his debut in goal, if they would have put him up front against us, he would have got it at sich. Like, they were just that spawny against us, and it was horrible. And I hated them, and I still do.
I hate them. I hate them. But when they fizzled down the league and all that, yeah, it mellowed a little bit. And again, like, the thought of, like, needing to beat them to win the league and not beating them and their celebrations at Old Trafford would knock me sick. But I think seeing Man City doing it would be worse for me.
It's mad how it's changed as well. Like, because I remember when they won the first one, Aguero, the 93rd fucking minute goal, whatever it was.
Celebrated it?
I did. I was made up for them. I think I was watching Final Score. I think it was on BBC. I was watching that, waiting for it to be over and all that. And I remember being properly made up for them because you thought, right, it's fucking, this is different. Like this could be started, and then it's just obviously spiraled, and you've become absolute fucking helmets, and just you hate them.
That's what I mean. Like, I celebrated that. I was absolutely fucking over the moon. You'd swear we'd won the league. I was delighted that Man United hadn't won the league, to see them almost at their fans in the, I think the away section, or
United were away, yeah.
United
their game had finished, yeah.
They've gone to their fans and they're waiting for the score, and then the goal's gone in, and fucking Fergie's shooing them down the tunnel. Fucking brilliant, lad. I was made up. But just the way things have gone over the years, and we've been close so many times, and the arrogance of them, and little things like the fucking the what's it called? The fucking Walk of Champions or something, is it?
Oh yeah.
And you've got some of them not clapping and stuff like that. I just think they are just all self-entitled cunts. And Man United did deserve the praise they got back then. They done it by hook or by crook, whatever you want to call it. They did bully referees and media and all that, but it was still like that was just getting one over on their opponent. It weren't actually cheating. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I fucking hated them. I still hate them. I'll always hate them. But if you give me now to have our big rivalry back with Man United, or it be Man City, I'd have Man United every day of the week.
Yeah, I can understand that.
That's my
did you have any more, or was it just that one?
It was just that one, but I'm looking at my room now. Where do you think of one?
Well, I had a couple. One I don't think is that controversial. One I could probably go either way, so I'll say the least controversial one first. So, my first one is if he was able to stay fit and consistent throughout his time at Liverpool, Daniel Agger would be in the John Terry, Rio, Vidic, Van Dijk conversations.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Great player. Obviously, it took him a while to get back after injury, and then he'd be injured again. So yeah, I don't think you could. I don't know how you could judge it. To be fair, I think he was a really good player. I think I liked him more because of his passion for the shirt and how much he gave. But yeah, I don't think he's anywhere near that caliber of player. To be honest,
I think whenever he played and he was able to put a run of games together, he was on par with the level of performances that those players were putting in. But then, as you say, he'd have a run of 4 games or 5 games, and then he'd be injured and out for months or weeks, and it just derailed him every single time. And the fact that he was so injury prone, and you still had the Barcelona coming in for him every summer practically, and he turned them down every summer. Only wanted Liverpool, and if it wasn't Liverpool, he was going back home to Denmark. Like, that's what you have to love that about him. But I do genuinely think he was that good.
Yeah, I'd say if he had added him. But again, like this talk with Vidic being named amongst all them, I just don't get that either. I think Agger was better than Vidic. But you've got your John Terry, your Ferdinand, your Tony Adams, your Martin Keown, your Sol Campbells. They're fucking top defenders. You know what I mean? Yap Stam.
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher at points of his career. Sammy Hyypiä, Van Dijk, Vincent Kompany. I think they're all ahead of Vidic by a large way.
Yeah.
By a far.
One who doesn't get as much recognition as I think he deserves is Ricardo Carvalho.
Yeah, great player. Fucking great player as well. And Ivan Campo, lad. What about Ivan Campo?
Ivan Campo, yeah, fucking hell. So my other one, which again, this could go either way. I think I know which way it's going to go, but so I don't believe he should be regarded as a legend of the club or anything like that.
Don't you dare say Fernando Torres.
No, it's not. Not about Torres, don't worry. I don't believe he should be regarded as a legend of the club because I just don't think he won enough to warrant that, and I don't think he had the connection with the fans enough to warrant it. But I think the hate that Michael Owen gets is over the top now. I think it's got to the point where it's not. He doesn't deserve as much hate as he gets, I don't think, anymore.
I was going to mention Owen because we obviously discussed it today, didn't we? But I agree. Yeah, I think if he doesn't go to Man United or Real Madrid, then people are calling him a legend just for that game alone, that FA Cup final. Some of the games, the goals he scored, the games he won us. He was an absolute electric player. When I see Michael Owen, I see him as an 18-year-old sprinting, no one catching him. You know, that side foot into the corner of the net. He was fucking phenomenal, lad. He was. And it is a shame it ended the way it did. Again, we discussed last week in depth, didn't we, about how it went and how he really wants to come back to Liverpool. And again, it went through lack of trying that he never quite got here, but it never happened. So he put himself before what he thought the fans would want, and that's why he's disregarded and disliked. But again, if you're offered Watford or the chance to go and win Premier League titles at Man United and resurrect an England career, you're going to Man United, aren't you? And I don't think anyone in that stage of the career is turning that down Man United. We could say we are because we're Scousers and, you know, we hate Man United, but realistically, he'd got offered a lot more money. He'd got offered, you know, the opportunity to be in a squad that was going for Champions Leagues and Premier League titles, going for every cup available, and, you know, success in your domestic tournaments and European tournaments gets you to play for England, and that was the be all and end all for him.
Yeah.
Even though he was the fucking stupid cunt.
No, he was very much he was one of them players. He was an England first player, wasn't he? And you know, at the time when he was playing for England, I think we can probably both say we did like the national team and we were England fans at that point. You know, Argentina in 1998, like it was that's a memory that'll be etched in my head forever. Even though I don't like England now, like that just is a great memory. But he was always England first, and then, you know, the more you see about him and stuff like that, he's just turned into a proper weird fella, and you like. But I think the signs were there when he was fucking doing his video thing where he was scoring goals past the 14-year-old, and like Neville Southall's there. Oh yeah, well done. He's 14. Like I think the signs were there, and then, you know, you see things, and he's coming out saying, "I've only ever watched 8 films in my life." It's like, what?
He's a strange cat. Have you seen that one where he's going on about throwing the apple?
Yeah.
Because he's dead brave and he knew he had to try and take that decision. You're like, fucking hell, lads, it's an apple.
But no, yeah, I just think it's a bit much now, in all honesty. But I understand why people aren't as, you know, quick to let it slide. But it's just one of them, innit? Look, we've talked up enough of your time here today. I say again, I say it won't be another one until next week at some point. So after both games coming up, so we'll get another one out then. As always, if you are watching on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast, do subscribe. Leave us a rating on there. Help throw us up them charts. Get more listeners and viewers. And as I mentioned before, if you ever do want to get involved in any discussions that we have on here, or any bits of fun like that, or even if you've just got anything, you know, even if we don't ask for anything and you just want to throw something at us, by all means, I'd say follow us on Twitter at LFC Groove. That's where I'm most active. And yeah, top of the league still, 6 points clear. The weekend went in our favour. Let's enjoy the ride, because there's a league title to be won. Up the fucking Reds.
Up the fucking Reds.